Hi guys, do you remember back to the beginning of this year when Boris Johnson was Prime Minister? No matter what the problem thrown at him, his response was the vaccine rollout. His ministers were challenged on the Prime Minister breaking the law, issues of corruption over contracts, and problems facing individuals and businesses. The answer to every question was the vaccine rollout. Well, it seems the energy price cap, which Liz Truss either intentionally or unintentionally misrepresented in recent interviews, is the new vaccine rollout. Don't be angry with us over bigger mortgage payments, higher inflation, and an economy on the brink. You're paying more for your bills, but less than you could have.
You've been arguing that the economic turmoil is as a result of global factors rather than your government's policies, but that was contradicted somewhat by the Bank of England last night. Why can't you accept that this is largely a crisis of your own making?
As I've said, it was very, very important that we took urgent steps to deal with the costs that families are facing this winter. Putting in place the energy price guarantee, for which we've had to borrow to cover the costs of that, but also making sure that we are not raising taxes at a time when there are global economic forces caused by the war in Ukraine that we need to deal with. Of course, we are working closely with the Bank of England. It's very important that monetary and fiscal policy is coordinated, and I recognise there has been disruption, but it was really, really important that we were able to get help to families as soon as possible. That help is coming this weekend, because this is going to be a difficult winter, and I'm determined to do all I can to help families and help the economy at this time.
Okay. Notice she doesn't take any responsibility. It's always somebody else's fault. In this case, it's Putin and his war. It wasn't Putin who intervened to cut the top rate of income tax. This is what started this spiral. It wasn't costed. The Chancellor came up with this idea, wasn't costed, didn't run it past the OBR, didn't get their analysis, and just decided, I'm going to throw this in at the end and see what the reaction is. And we saw the reaction. The pound collapsed. The central bank, the Bank of England, had to intervene to protect the economy. It spent £65 billion. In another video, I made a mistake. I said 65 million. No, £65 billion, which really upsets me, because when it came to the uplift on universal credit, which I think would cost something like £3 billion, it was like, oh no, well, that's too expensive. It was just temporary. We can't be throwing money away. £3 billion that would have helped the people struggling at the moment. £20 is not going to, turn people's lives around, but it does provide an important support. No, that was not on the table. But £65 billion has been thrown, at least 65 billion has been thrown into what? Where has this money gone? And we saw on Friday how the pound had recovered a little. The Chancellor had met with the central bank, the Bank of England, and the OBR, and he decided, well, we're actually not going to do anything really different. We're not going to do a U-turn here. And we're not going to issue any more statements until the 7th of October, and we're not going to actually give you the full details of this forecast until the 23rd of November. And what happened? The pound dropped again. And there's a real risk that pension funds will become insolvent. This threat has not gone away. And the response is always the same. Well, we had to cut taxes because we need to stimulate the economy. We're here to protect people during this difficult winter. You're giving people some money and then taking it away. Giving it with one hand and taking it away with another. Truss is desperate at the moment, but it doesn't seem desperate enough to actually do a U-turn. Now, I think it's possible that she will U-turn eventually, but then, as always, it'll be too late. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.